Hey guys, so I hope you watched the previous video on how to scrape index components because we will be using this function in this video. And I'll show you how to price the Dow Jones Industrial Index by using its components. And then I'll be going over the pricing effect that this index will have after Apple does its stock split. So here we'll start off by assigning the ticker. And then I'll get the components and save them into two different data frames. Stock 0 will be the pricing of the Dow Jones today, and then stock 1 will be the pricing of the Dow Jones after Apple does its stock split. So I'll do get components, and we'll do ticker. So we'll run this line, and then I'll start off by getting the quote of the actual index for its pricing today, and I'll save that under index. Alright, so I'm going to start off by summing the price of all the stocks in the Dow Jones. Since this is a price weighted index, I'll do sum of const 0 is equal to sum of stock 0 last price. So that'll give us the sum. Alright, next I'll be calculating the Dow divisor. So to get to the price of the Dow Jones today, we need to divide the sum of the prices, which we have here, by what's known as a Dow divisor. We don't actually have the value, which is published by the Wall Street Journal, I think, but we can always estimate it. So I'll save it under Dow divisor is equal to sum of const divided by the closing price of the Dow Jones. So we'll do index $last. So if we run that line, and if we go to our console, we see that the approximate value of the Dow divisor today is this value here. So it's my understanding that this value is actually adjusted every time there's a stock split or there's dividends paid out to any of its components in this index. So this Dow divisor will actually change through time. So now that we have this Dow divisor, I can calculate the percentage weight of each stock in this index. So let's go back to our script to do that. Alright, so here I'm going to calculate the percentage weight of each stock in this index. So I'll make a new column in stock 0, and I'll name that PCT weight. And I'll do STK 0 $ last price divided by the sum of const 0. So if I run that line, and then we take a look at our data frame, we see that we do have a new column with the weight of each stock in this index. So we can always sort it by clicking here. So the smallest weight goes to Pfizer, and the most weight goes to Apple. So later we'll see how this stock split will affect the Dow Jones. So let's go back to our script. So since this is a price weighted index, I'm going to calculate the points required of each stock to change the composite or the index by 1 point. And I'll do that by running STK 0. I'll make a new column for that, and I'll name it PT weight, which is 1 divided by the Dow divisor. So if we run that line, and here I'll write change in points today. So I'll make a new column called DGI points by running STK 0 point weight multiplied by STK 0 change. So I'll go ahead and run that line, and here I'll write an alternative to how to calculate the point change, which is basically STK 0 $change divided by the Dow divisor. So any of these two methods should yield the same result. So if we take a look at our data frame, alright, so now we see the price impact that each stock had for this composite or index. If any of these stocks move by 1 point, it'll contribute a price change of approximately 686 points to the Dow Jones. So in this column we see the changes that each stock had on this index price today. So Walmart contributed negative 15 points, and Visa actually contributed 13.5 points today. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at how these numbers change after Apple does its stock split. So let's go back to our script. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to extract Apple's price today by running stock 1 symbol equals Apple. So this will extract Apple's price. Let's take a look at ADJ. So I essentially extracted Apple's latest price or latest quote. I'll then adjust the last price by dividing it by 4. That'll give us the stock adjusted price. And in the same form, I'll adjust the point change by dividing it by 4 as well. Alright, so I'll run these two lines. We'll take a look at the adjusted price. So this is the hypothetical price of Apple after its stock split along with the point change. Alright, so now I'm going to insert this back into our list by running stock 1 symbol equals Apple, and then I'll insert ADJ. So if we run that line and take a look at STK1, now we see that Apple here is actually adjusted for the stock split. Alright, so now I'm going to copy this block that we ran up here. And then I'm going to change STK0 to STK1 for each instance. And then I'll replace each variable that has a 0 with a 1. And now we can go ahead and run this block. We'll take a look at STK1. And here we see that for the point weight, it actually went up. And so now each stock has more influence over the index. So after the split, United Health is actually the stock that has the most weight for this index. And hypothetically, if this were today, after the split, this stock would have contributed negative 10.5 points to the index. And the worst was still Walmart. So if we take a look at STK0, we see that Walmart had a negative 15.77 point impact on the Dow versus a hypothetical negative 17.25 after Apple adjusts for its stock split. The best performer was Visa. So again, we should see higher point influence compared to what the index is at today. So today, Visa was the best performer, adding 13.5 points. Alright guys, so every time there's a change to any of these stocks, you can rerun this script and then adjust for changes in any particular stock to see the changes it will have on the pricing of this index. So I hope this video was useful. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.